Yo. All right, cool. What's going on, everybody? I had to redo the stream and said I wasn't. Quick freestyle type shit, but I had to redo it. Because I want to give you the best. I want to give you my best effort in this shit. Uh, Over there, you got Angry Man. There's a few people that I follow. He's one of them. Big time YouTuber, very knowledgeable. Finds a lot of shit that is hard to find. You got people who are very savvy with the web, and he's definitely one of them. Sorry for the noise in the background. The freaking landscaping people are out there. The show must go on. So anyway, yeah, fair use doctrine. I do not own the rights to any musical content you see or hear. YouTube, and that's scrolling at the bottom. Now, right before what you see right here, he's basically talking about the Jesse Smollett situation when he freaking lied and how people had to back away from him who made tweets and got nasty at people saying that he was lying. They had to, they had to eat their words, and it was nasty. So now he's going into about the Hoover Police Department, right? So he just said that the Hoover Police Department, uh, allegedly, according to what he came across, he's not putting that out there. He found something that says allegedly the Hoover police know that this Carlee chick was lying. And I'm gonna let him take it from here. Shout out to Tim Ballard. Shout out to Candace Owens, who we're gonna go into as well. And let's go.
She lied, and now her parents is up on TV line. I'm sick of this shit. I'm gonna leak some information. Do y'all believe that's possible? Yes or no? Do y'all believe it's possible that those first responders are so angry at this situation for having their time wasted that they're actually willing to leak information so that the truth will come out?
Quite possible. Quite possible. What you got there for us? What you got, champ? You got something. Go ahead. Keep pulling it up. You see his eyes scan.
So let's look at some of the things that was said, right?
Shit was sad. Let's see.
Let's look at some of the things that was said. Let's see. Let's check it out. Let's get this message right here that someone posted, right? Let's get this message right here. This message.
Look at this shit.
It's supposed to be a message from the captain of the Hoover Fire Department. And this is what he said. Allegedly.
Well, first, who writes captain of Hoover Fire Department? All right, let's just go with it. Let's just go with it and see and see what's going on. I don't know anybody who just like writes some shit like that. But this he found, if you check right here, he found this on Reddit. I just went to Reddit trying to find some shit. I don't know how he found it. I can't find it. But here we go.
Allegedly, he said she got caught stealing from work that day.
Don't forget she's
failed out of nursing school and has been on drugs. She had her friend behind her, and that's who picked her up. She was with her friend all weekend.
Wow. Hold this thought right here. This was last night. I did my video yesterday morning. This was last night. I was watching this last night. So I said when I wake up, I'm gonna do a video on this. Hold that thought. We're gonna skip through to a stream that was just done a little while ago. Right? This was done 17 hours ago. This is comedy hype, fair use, fair use. Let's see what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Danielle, let me ask. And I'll let you chime in as well, Danielle. But your thoughts as well. How would you respond?
I would pull over. Now the thing is, here's the difference with the climate temperament between different countries. When I watched the video and I saw how many persons were on that freeway, I was like, whoa, ain't nobody stopped?
Yeah.
Nobody stopped before her for the child again. But Pierre, hold on, wait. I'm not dismissing the woman's story. I'm gonna wait to see how things play out first.
I'm not asking you to change the story.
Right. But I was like, nobody stopped here in the Bahamas. Because we're an island.
Yeah.
Like literally that's how it is. And for me, what I also questioned was all those cars on the highway, nobody saw somebody pull her out the car or somebody take her. Like again, that's the difference in climate here. We nosy. We can look with that conversation. I'm putting no child in my car either.
So a toddler can't, a 3-year-old can't really answer the questions you wanted to answer. To be honest with you, you might have to go out and get that kid. If you just say, "Hey, little baby."
Now here's my thing. I showed that for this reason, right? I call bullshit, and I call bullshit in my video I did yesterday, because there's no way you're gonna get a toddler to walk alongside a highway, pitch black, with these big ass cars whooshing by 50, 60, 70, 80 miles an hour at night in the dark. How can you train a kid to do that at 3 years old, Bob? There was no kid, right? There was no kid. That video that they showed, there was no kid. There was never a kid in the video. Nothing ever came up about a fucking kid. There was no kid. So now we go back to my man's here.
The police knew she was safe because she blocked her ex-boyfriend weeks ago, and she added him back while she was abducted, with air quotes. He called the cops to tell them half a day before she went back home. She planned to disappear, realized that this wasn't going to work. Wild, right? Now, some of y'all might be saying, oh, that's bullshit. Okay, fair enough. You're entitled to your opinion, right? But here's the interesting thing in this message. The interesting thing in this message is where it says the police knew she was safe because she blocked her ex-boyfriend weeks ago, and she added him back while she was abducted. Why would she add him back while she was abducted? Why would she do that? Why would she do that? Well, one, it would mean that somebody's lying. Because the only way she'd have been able to add him back is if she had her phone. But they said her phone was still at the scene. Unless she had another phone.
I love the zoom.
I got two phones.
I love the zoom in.
But
it was a fact. You got two phones.
That's not the point that I want to stick on. That's not the point that I want to stick on. They said the police knew she was safe because she blocked her ex-boyfriend weeks ago, and she added him back while she was abducted. Now, here's the story that I heard. Okay? I heard this story through the grapevine. I don't know how true it is. I'm just giving you guys the information that I came across. What I heard was her and her boyfriend was on the outs. And she did this in order to get back at him on some, I'm gonna disappear so that he'll be sad or some goofy shit like that, right?
Oh,
So that's one story. The other story is that she was stealing from her job. She flunked out of nursing school, and she's doing all of this to deflect away from that so that her parents won't be mad at her.
hello?
Now, I don't know which one is true. I don't know which one is true, right? But this is what I found to be interesting. When I read this part, specifically speaking about her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, saying that her ex-boyfriend was blocked weeks ago and she added him back while she was abducted. He called the cops to tell them half a day before she went back home. Now, the reason why this caught my attention is because I have a screenshot of a message
Hello?
between her
Hello?
and a chick that her ex-boyfriend was messing with.
Andrea from where?
Let me pull up that message. Let's see. What did I do with that message?
Nah, I'm totally
Here
fine.
it is right here.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Let's pull it up on the big screen.
Yo. I'm sick and tired of you fucking auto insurance cocksuckers calling people. This is like the third time this fucking morning. Nobody wants your fucking bum ass auto insurance covered shit. Leave people the fuck alone, man. Fucking bitch.
So, as you can see from the top,
This nigga said, bitch, please.
it's got Carlee up here, right?
Oh, that's a whole shit.
Now,
Carlee Nicole. This motherfucker's good.
don't get it twisted. This could be fake. But I found this interesting, especially in conjunction with the other message, right? So, the message says, be pleased. He told me everything you said about me, and you thought I told him to say that. I wasn't even with him. You're delusional. She said she wasn't even with him, hence him being her ex. I wasn't even with him. You're delusional as fuck if you think y'all little conversation was anything more than convenience and the fact that he used you to get back at me out of anger. You want to talk about I don't compare to you on your worst day, girl, bye. You're miserable, or at least should be being a stripper to provide for a child. I've heard you a 304 from multiple people, so not surprised you don't know who your baby daddy is. Mention me or contact my nigga again, and you'll see I'm not the one to play with. You don't want you or your whole family touched. You're poor, I'm rich. You're a stripper, I'm a nurse. You're ugly, I'm bad as fuck. You could never, pitiful bottom of the barrel ass 304. Now go strip for a happy whatever. Right?
So this right here basically just is all you got to do is go to Angry Man's freaking YouTube channel, subscribe on his channel, and check out the rest of that shit, man. You know, check out other stuff that he got too. So now here's the thing. All of that brought forward, she's safe. What about the fucking child? These people from the other one, they believe that there's a kid out there. So if there is a kid out there, where's the kid? The police say that no one filed a missing child report. So who's got this 3-year-old? If in fact there was a 3-year-old, I know that there wasn't no Tyler. How do I know? From the video. There's no kid in sight. No report of a kid. I didn't know that they had specialists. They have sex trafficking specialists who basically study, the ways that these motherfuckers kidnap and all of that. They said they would never do that. These chicks believe that that's a great way to kidnap somebody, but they're not specialists. Because, in theory, you would think, if a woman saw the child on the side, they would, because they're nurturing, they would stop. They don't even think a man would stop, which is fucking stupid. Of course, a man will stop, and that's why it's not a good practice. Because what will happen if? How do you, as Candace Owens said, how do you know that you're not going to bait a truck filled with 6 men coming from work, or a 18-wheeler with two truck drivers, or a father and son, or 2 brothers, or a couple guys coming home from the bar or on their way to a bar? How do you know?
How you doing? Hi. Okay. Where your mommy? Hey. Bye bye. You ain't give me the answers I need. I got to leave.
It's a scary time because you're afraid. It's crazy that your mind even has to go to, if I pull over to help this kid, could I be being trapped? Could I? And I know you laughed about America's not caring, but even in the sense of when you see people, what was that in New York when the guy was being choked out on the train station? Everybody just pulled out their phones, and it is a climate reaction after seeing the family's response.
Mental illness is real. It really is. But people suffer from that all over. They've done all kinds of stuff. There was a story guy in Belgium who faked his own death because his family didn't love him enough. And then he came up in a helicopter to the funeral.
Wow.
People do crazy stuff. But let's call it what it is. If that's what it is, what it is. If you're going through mental illness and you're doing crazy stuff, stuff that was not normal, then let's talk about. Let's get that person that help that they need.
I completely forgot, and we're going to go back to it. I'm going to show you how good this guy is, man. I forgot about that. Now, you see this, right? This is how far he went into gathering his information and his content. You ready?
Let's see. It said, I never said she was taken for sure. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Hello, Gene?
But let's do the body language.
Okay,
this is going to be fun.
All right.
I like doing these.
All right, now.
I like doing these. Now, knowing that you got.
Yo, I'm going to let this play. I got to go take my laundry downstairs to the freaking, they're going to pick it up, and just watch this. I'll be back. Give me 3 minutes.
Guys don't really like listening to me like that. There's a guy that I watch on YouTube who is a body language expert.
This is how
he's an expert on this shit.
Content.
And he does his thing. I've used his videos before to break down body language when it came to somebody that was obviously lying. So I want you to check this out. Let's pull this video up, right? Let's pull this video up. Shout out to JC. He said double up. Let's pull this video up. Let's check out what he had to say.
And welcome back to the channel and another video where I'm going to give you 5 lie detection secrets that interrogators use to know when criminals are lying. And you can use this in your day-to-day life, in social situations, to know when someone's trying to lie to you. I'm also going to show you real live footage of people on television and in the news so I can really demonstrate and you can spot and see exactly what these signs and symptoms look like. Now I want to start with one of those clips because I want you to see how even without learning any of the techniques that we're looking at today, for most of you, your intuition is strong enough to just sense when something feels off. You may not know exactly why, but our minds have evolved over millions of years, and we have a natural ability to sense when something feels deceptive. And this is a really great example. This is a clip from the news recently of a missing child, and this is the interview of his stepmother. I don't want to go into any more detail.
And by the way, let me do this. Let me do this. This channel is called the behavioral arts. The behavioral arts. This guy's really cool. He has a really great channel. You guys get a chance, check him out. You feel me? I hope he doesn't mind me using his footage. I appreciate it. If you happen to see this, my guy, I appreciate your footage. I appreciate your work.
Than that, I'll leave information in the description. You can look into it. Honestly, what she did disgusts me, and I very rarely look at something on the news and go.
And I will be putting video credit in the description.
I can pretty much guarantee this person is being deceptive, but this is a case where I instantly knew because there's just too many signs. Take a look.
And we're going to continue to search until we find him. What do you think? Where do you think he could be? Somewhere with... not with us. And that's the important thing, is that he is not with us, and we need to bring him back to us. At this point, we don't know. All we can do is keep searching and doing,
Back.
everything we've been doing.
Tell me about your relationship. Did he call you mom? Did he, or
Super mommy. That was his choice. It wasn't forced. We didn't force him, because I don't want to force that. But he used to call me super mommy. He also knows that how much I care about him and everything that I've been doing for him and
So
have done for him.
he's comparing.
I'm sure that a lot of you, like me, had a hard time looking at that. There's just so much about it that feels off. Now, always remember, when we're looking for lies or deception, we're looking for a cluster of behaviors. There isn't a single symptom on this planet that a behavior analyst or an interrogator is going to look at and go, oh, the person's lying because they did this one thing. That's just a lie that's mostly spread by movies and Hollywood and TV shows. But in reality, we have to observe multiple things happening at the same time, and that raises our confidence that deception is taking place. We're never 100% sure, it just raises our confidence. And in this case, she has so many symptoms going on, I can't possibly cover them all, but I want to teach you 5 big ones. So we're going to start with the first one, which is called a resume statement or a convincing statement. This is when the liar, instead of answering the question, instead of talking about the topic at hand, takes the opportunity to build their character up, talk about themselves, talk about how they're a super mom and how all the things they did for the person and are doing for the person, and build their character up, because someone like this, a super mom, would never lie.
Now, already off the rip, we got one indicator. Instead of answering the question, the person says things to build himself up. Instead of just giving a simple answer, they start going into things about themselves, right? Keep that in mind. Now let's go to the interview.
That moment you all first laid eyes on her again. What?
Now, already off the rip, I can show you something she did wrong. I'm gonna show you what she did wrong.
You all first laid eyes on her again.
Why? See, she caught herself. She caught herself. But already off the rip, she's shaking her head in a no fashion. She's not nodding her head up and down. When that woman is saying, so when y'all first saw her, her response should be not That's already the first indicator.
Huh.
Already the first indicator.
So, and the husband just looked nervous as fuck, man. This looks like. So, you know, he ain't really telling the truth, man. They ain't really telling the truth, man.
Eyes on her again. What would
And see, she caught herself. She caught herself. She was doing like this. She said, she straightened up.
is it like?
To me, I mean, just so much joy.
This morning in an exclusive sit down with NBC.
Now, already off the rip, I can tell you when that woman said, what was it like? The average person in that situation is going to say, it was wonderful. They're not going to say, to me, it was this. Why would you say to me? Why would you say that?
Let me see what else he got going on.
Right? And then they cut to the, you know, what you call it. But what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward a little bit past the little commentary, right? Let's get to right here where she asks another question. Okay?
8 hours.
What did you do when you saw her?
What did you do when you saw her? What did you do when you saw her?
We tried to hug her as best we could, but I had to stand back because she was not in a good state. So we had to stand back and let medical professionals work with her.
What did my man say?
He brings a good point right now
about resume or self-qualifying statements. She asked her a very simple question. What did you do when you first saw her? The person being honest would have said, we hugged her. That's not what she says, though. She goes into extra detail. And the extra detail she goes into is a statement to qualify her character. Well, we tried to hug her as best we could, but, you know, we had to step back and allow the medical people to do what they needed to do and blah, 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 blah. See, that is a statement in order to show you her character. Why is she doing this? Because she knows this is bullshit and she's got to get in front of this camera and lie to these people and lie to the world. So because she knows she's telling a lie, she has to qualify herself so that you will get a sense of.
Wow. That boy's good. That boy's good. All right. So, you know, that pretty much trickles down into, you know, right now, she's a liar. You're going to find out what they're going to do to her about that. And now it's about the kids.
But but for me to go along with the BS of it, like for a while, people were on Jesse Smollett's side. They were like, you did get pulled and did all, and they found out it really didn't happen.
Right.
Where are those people at now? They're like, they were people like, no, how you know he didn't get grabbed by them people and all that? And it didn't make sense. And then after a while, it didn't make sense because it wasn't true.
Right.
Where are the people who believed them at first? They backed the hell up real quick. In a situation like this, I'm you know, if it don't feel right, it ain't right to me. Mm-hmm. That's how I'm gonna go. So.
Capone, let me bring you in. Same thing. What's your reaction after seeing the family's response?
You can't possibly be powerful, polished, or be able to let go and enjoy the open road. Why choose? You can have it all.
These niggas just gonna force us fucking commercial, huh?
I think Pierre has a great point about the mental illness. I think the daughter's suffering from some type of illness. Probably have done something like this before. If not, they were more prepared for it than it seemed unprepared. And I'm glad she just found a way home, regardless of what the situation is.
Yeah, great point. Danielle, let me bring you in. After seeing the family respond, and I know you watched this earlier, what were your thoughts?
I understand why Jonathan is quiet during his court case. Sometimes it's best not to say anything at all. If you can't elaborate on certain, like I said before, they can't say anything much about abduction or kidnap or
Speaking of social media platform, of course, a lot of people have some things to say. One of those being Candace Owens. I want to read one of her tweets.
Yeah.
Here's what she said. LOL, there's an abductor out there, but the parents cannot even disclose whether that individual is a male or female, and the police refuse to issue any public warnings about the abductor. Also, zero mention of the toddler. Robin Roberts / Jussie Smollett interview 2.0 #Carlee. Danielle, I'm going to stay with you, and then I'll work my way around the room. Why do you think it's difficult in situations like these? I think black people, but specifically we'll talk about black women in this case. Why do you think it's so difficult for black women to be believed, when situations like this occur?
I don't know. Here's what I'm gonna say, because I watched a couple clips around this, and I saw some details, about from some experts. So I'm gonna say this. The first thing I'm gonna say is we as a black community, we're very hypocritical, because people begged for this case to get international exposure, which it did. Now that she's home, people are saying basically like the family doesn't owe anybody an explanation of what happened. But in the same note, Jamie Foxx just had a medical scare, and we pressuring him to give us an explanation. So pick and choose what you want. Do you want people to give you explanations, or you don't want people to give you explanations? And then also too, I just want to throw things here into perspective. I saw an expert say that human traffickers don't use toddlers as bait. I don't know. That's up in the air for me. I think if she was abducted, I don't think the abductor was expecting her to be on the phone at the time of the abduction. I think that's what put a spoke in the wheel, being on the phone with his sister-in-law. And then on top of that, you got the international exposure. You got TikTokers talking about it. You had Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mother, posting about it while Beyonce on tour. So you could get as much heat as you could. And I also saw another expert say that if she was abducted, then the kidnapper would most likely release her because it's too much heat if it's a human trafficking ring. You're not gonna put at risk your whole trafficking ring for one person because they're getting too much exposure. So they'll let that person go. So I could understand that. The reason why black women, when we say things happen to us where it's so much doubt, I don't know, because white women is lie too. Human beings lie. Everybody is go through this to some phases where they feel like they crave attention. White women lie a lot. We've seen in the past they lie a lot about rape. Let's be honest here, and their stories are believed. So why is it that when a black woman something happens to her, it's hard for us to believe? I honestly don't have the answer for it. Maybe because we're natural fighters, people don't expect for us to be that gullible. I don't really know. But again, I will say this. I will reiterate this. I'm not saying if the story.
I'm I'm choosing my words right now because
expect for us to be that gullible. I don't really know for one person because they're getting too much exposure. So they'll let that person go. So I could understand that. The reason why black women, when we say things happen to us where it's so much doubt, I don't know, because white women is lie too. Human beings lie. Everybody is go through this to some phases where they feel like they crave attention. White women lie a lot. We've seen in the past they lie a lot about rape. Let's be honest here, and their stories are believed. So why is it that when a black woman something happens to her, it's hard for us to believe? I don't.
women, period, lie like a fucking rug. You you gotta out of 100%, you take what a woman says at about 40%. B. niggas lie like a motherfucker, man. You lie. I don't know. We don't even know why. But women love to lie. You guys will lie about any fucking thing. You guys, it'll be nothing to lie about, and you'll still fucking lie. And in addition to y'all lying all the damn time, your ethnic image is shot. All we see, if I wasn't black and if I didn't grow up in the black community and see things, and I was from a different fucking island, didn't know anything about black people, especially black women, and I just looked at what I saw on TV, YouTube, social media. What am I consuming about black women? If you weren't from where you are, I'm assuming I'm watching a black person. If you weren't from where you are and you were from a different country, say you were from fucking Sweden, you've never seen a black person before in your life, or if I have white brothers and sisters watching me right now, say you didn't know anything about black people, and the only way you knew about black people was to turn on social media, was to look at a couple of movies, look at YouTube, look at the news. What would be your perception of these black women? What does their ethnic image look like? Angry, horny, disloyal, loud, violent, like to fight. I would assume that they're very tough. I would assume no one would want to do anything to them. They're very big. Yeah. They're big. They always bending over, shaking their ass. They always humping the fucking floor. They're always fighting each other. They're always having babies by different people. And they say one person's the father, and it's never the father. I don't know any black people in real life, but when I watch Maury, they're always accusing these dudes of, the majority of the time, they're accusing the guys of being the father, and it's never him. Maybe out of 10 times I watched it, it was the father, maybe 3 times. I turn on social media, they're always naked and dancing and bending over, or they're fighting each other, pulling each other hair out. This is me describing what you would look like if I didn't know who you are. I know there's more to you than that, but that's because I grew up here. But across the fucking world, Dubai, China, Italy, all these places, that's what they think of you. Even in this country, maybe there's a kid in Nebraska or Wyoming or whatever, wherever, and they've never seen a black person. When I was in the military, I went to a base. I was stationed there with a guy who had never seen a black person before. When they asked they ask you to introduce yourself, where you're from, and what's different about what you see now. And the motherfucker said, I've never seen a colored person before. The room was like, I was like, did this motherfucker say colored? And then somebody corrected him. They was like, no, you mean black. He said, yeah, black. He was very, very timid, very shy. It wasn't malicious. He seemed, like I said, timid. He was And yeah. So imagine what he thought. Imagine what a person like that would think today if you only saw them. He said, I only saw them on TV. Nigga only saw us on TV, boy. Yo, that shit cracked me up, man. How the fuck you in the United States and you ain't never seen a black person? Here nor there. That's why people don't be believing sisters, man. You think they believe y'all now? After this bitch get aired out for not telling the truth?
I honestly don't have the answer for it. Maybe because we're natural fighters, people don't expect for us to be that gullible. I don't really know. But again, I will say this. I will reiterate this. I'm not saying if the story is true or not. The only thing that we are doing is following the facts here.
He goes.
Ford made their first all-electric SUV a Mustang. Rapid acceleration.
The list goes on. Like Danielle.
Here, what are your thoughts?
First of all, I agree with Danielle.
Not. He's looking around Danielle like lightning about to.
Yeah, I do agree with
Whoa!
Danielle.
Can we start this episode?
Yeah, and I agree with Capone. I agree with Capone too, very much so. Like you said, you know, let's not say only black women don't get believed.
Okay.
I mean, because there's white guys who say they pushed his wife fell off a mountain and they find out that wasn't happening. You know, they find out when you.
And not specific to women when they yell that, oh hey, I've been raped or this. People do look at them and question the legacy that you want to leave behind. We have our opinions, but we're able to talk about solutions and ways of how we can come together.
All right, yeah, shit getting boring now. All right, so I want you to look at this. Every now and then you see some shit that just does not make sense. And you're like, is this the Twilight Zone? Look at this stupid motherfucker here.
But to the media, this person isn't a hero. Someone who rescues kids from pedophiles is a villain.
These films are created out of moral panics. They're created out of bogus statistics. They're created out of fear. And with something like Sound of Freedom, it specifically is looking at QAnon concepts of these child trafficking rings that are run by the high-level elites.
For some reason, the entire media is smearing this movie as a dangerous conspiracy theory. The press.
You heard that shit? That nigga was personally upset. This nigga's tight. Why are you so mad, champ? You're mad as hell. Why? Why are you so mad? Why he bringing up Q Nation? Trying to, act like this shit's not happening. 430,000 kids go missing in the U.S. every year. The number doesn't decrease. These niggas just lost 80,000 kids. How the fuck you lose 80,000 kids? Yo, I'm just fed up with this shit, bro. I mean, we all know that there's a fucking sex ring being ran by the politicians by the fucking actors, by Columbia, by the cartel, everybody. We know that they breed children. They raise them to, a certain age where they could reproduce. But until then, they're doing whatever they're doing to them. They do shit to them continuously to the point where they could only get a life expectancy of 2 years. Then they go and use them for their child sacrifices and all of this shit. Blood sacrifices. That's what they do. That lady that found an 18-wheeler with fucking children in it, and she was telling everybody in the fucking town, watch your children, keep your children. That lady that was doing that, they reportedly found her allegedly dismembered in a fucking suitcase. Right? Epstein Island, Epstein's plane, all of that shit that was going on with that. I found it ironic after the fact that it was pretty heavy. They were trying to find out who was on this list that Epstein he wrote down the motherfuckers' names that was going up to his island. I got on his plane. Who was on this list? The people that were on that list, very powerful people of political power, wealth in the United States. And if you know what goes on Epstein Island and you niggas keep going over there, you're implicated. And, everybody wants to know about this list. Who's on this fucking list, man? We want to know. Then all of a sudden, what happened? COVID-19. Why then, though? It could have happened anytime. But why then? Maybe if we shut the whole world down, they won't have time to worry about this shit. If we close the courts, maybe everybody will think, the courts are closed, maybe they can't do it now, and maybe they'll forget about it after a few motherfuckers die. One person that was on that list was the president. Actually, two people who were on that list were presidents. And do you know the person that was that was in charge of that court case, the judge, the Supreme Court judge that was in charge of that court case? It was a female, black female. Do you know who put that black female in that position? Barack Obama. Barack Obama's name was on that fucking Epstein Island shit. That fucking judge was appointed by Barack Obama. So you already know. You could have a moral compass if you want to, bitch. Your days will be fucking numbered. Do the right thing. And, media was not allowed in there. Remember that? Media is not allowed in there. No fucking news reporters, no nothing. Not even a fucking delivery man, nigga. We gonna meet you at the door. You can't even come in. Listen, man. We know what's going the fuck on. And then when you niggas come out like this and react like that, oh, you just told on your fucking self, nigga.
Specifically is looking at QAnon concepts of these child trafficking rings that are run by the high-level elites.
For some reason, the entire media is smearing this movie as a dangerous conspiracy theory. The press is saying that the star, Jim Caviezel, is a QAnon guy. And Jim plays Tim Ballard, which is strange because just a few years ago, the same media was celebrating Tim Ballard's heroics. Watch.
Tim Ballard has one mission: to track down child traffickers. 4 months ago, Colombian authorities asked him to investigate a tip that children were being sold there as sex slaves.
Within a half hour, this individual walks up to me, starts asking me what I'm here for, what I want, and within minutes, he says, well, I've got kids as young as 11 years old.
So why is the media warning people not to see a movie about child sex trafficking that's based on a true story? Well, the Spear Fund founder, Tim Ballard, joins me now. So, Tim, why is the media hating this movie?
You know, I can't understand it. The film was made, produced, written like 5 years, 6 years ago, way before anyone heard the name QAnon. I still don't even know what QAnon is. In the meantime, they're trying to connect it to some conspiracy when, in fact, like you said, this is a true story. These are real kids. I mean, these kids are my friends. They're young adults now, the ones that were rescued. They're going to come out soon and tell their story. It's going to be very awkward when the mainstream media comes after these kids next and accuses them of being part of some conspiracy when, in fact, they were rescued from a life of rape.
I don't even want to go on with the rest of the stream. I'm sorry, I apologize. Yo. We need a widespread. We need a calculated revolt. Yeah. Because this shit just has to stop, bro. I hate a liar. And I hate the fact when I know that you're lying, that I can't do nothing. You know, I remember one day I was working on Rikers. And there was this one kid, man. He was a kid. He was like 17, 18 years old. So, you know, they're walking past, you know, the house is walking past. And I would always be like, yo, what's up, man? How y'all doing? You all right? All right, cool. And there was this one kid, man. This nigga was just extra nice. Yo, how you doing, Mr. West? What's going on? All right, how you doing? You good? Yeah. So it became a thing. Every time we saw each other, we spoke. What's up, man? All right, bro. Somebody told me his charge. They told me this little nigga's charge, man. This nigga raped his 4-year-old sister and filmed it with his cell phone so he could watch it and jerk off to it later. I couldn't fucking believe what I had heard. Sometimes you hear shit, you gotta look the person in the face. Are you sure? Are you sure, bro? For sure. Yo, I was so fucking disgusted because I spoke to this nigga. Like, I spoke to him, bro. Why the fuck am I speaking to this nigga, man? So the next day, I seen the house. So he walking past, and he like, yo, what's up, Mr. Wade? I said, yo, hold up. Yeah, do y'all know who y'all walking with? So it was like, yeah. I said, and y'all cool with that shit? I said, all right, man, go ahead. I said, yo, don't talk to me no more, okay? Bro, how the fuck do you do that shit? Yo, rape it's a very animalistic, beastly act. Yo. Ah, man. Like, yo, do you know how, like, sometimes you need to bring yourself back to a child? Mentally, turn yourself back into a child. Remember what it was like to be a child. Remember when you were 10, 8, 6, however far back you could go. Think back to how serious shit was, man. If you lost a toy, in your mind, yo, I lost this fucking toy and I'm never ever gonna get it again. Like, shit was serious. Shit was magnified. A child's world is very delicate and magnified. Joy is magnified. Pain is magnified. Fear is magnified. So to do certain shit to a child, that somebody that's in that state, is magnified. If I say, yo, fuck you, go in a corner and look at the wall, you gonna be like, fuck are you talking to? It's not even gonna affect you. If I say that to a child, fuck you, turn around and go in the corner, his just fucking world just ended. His whole life just ended. Because he's fucking terrified. He doesn't realize that he has a choice. It's a lot of pressure. It's horrible. That's why kids have to be protected, man, because there's a lot of trauma on them. The day you realize that you're in control of your life, that nobody could make you do anything unless they could physically fucking beat you, your life changes, man. But as a kid, you don't know that shit. I tell my kids, even when it comes to school, I tell my kids, listen, man, a teacher cannot put their hands on you. The teacher might try to intimidate you by talking really assertive and staring at you and being still, and then maybe you might get intimidated, because you don't know what they're gonna do. Nigga, they ain't gonna do shit. They'll go to jail if they put their hands on you. So don't even worry about that. And I tell them that because sometimes people, even teachers, will do or say certain shit that they're not supposed to. I don't care who you lie to, you tell me the truth so I can help you. It could be wrong, but I'm giving them the tools to protect himself if they're ever in that situation. You don't have to do a fuck thing they say. They talk to you a certain way, they disrespect you, they lie to you. Why should you trust them again? I know that you cannot trust an adult. I know that. So why would I tell my kid to trust an adult? Never. Never, ever, ever trust an adult. Unless you see me standing there and saying, oh, it's okay. Or your mom. Other than that, when you look at them niggas and you keep your distance. And you watch them. And you watch how they interact with other fucking kids. You know, I always had a soft spot for children, man. And this shit here, I just feel like we should just fucking. I feel like we should just have a purge, man. We should have a purge. Like we we know you're lying. Why wouldn't you lie? They say this a fucking something $billion industry a year, bigger than the drug game. You said you could get high that one time off of that one hit. It was child shit. You could reuse them every fucking day throughout the day. They only get to live 2 years. They breed them. They make them have a baby. Then that baby, there's no papers, there's no birth certificate, there's no social security number, it's nothing, and they can sell that baby. They breed them like with fucking pit bulls or some shit, bro. And they keep them places. It's too big to ignore now. Just put it like that. It's too big to ignore. It's like, niggas sell crack out the first floor window right there on the corner. Y'all niggas are selling crack there. We got a lot of other shit going on. You niggas are just selling. Niggas over here shooting. Just, dropping a couple vials out the fucking window. We'll get to you one day. It's not right now. We got a lot of shit going on. This shit is on a level now where you got a line around the fucking block, and there's somebody's at your window every fucking second of the day. Niggas is talking about it. Niggas is pulling up in cars and hopping out and copping from you. Your block is so hot right now, like there's nothing you could motherfucking deny about it. That's the equivalency of selling on a drug dealing level to this sex trafficking shit. It's just too out there, bro. I gotta see this movie. They actually have this. So this is what they're doing. If you go to angel.com/freedom, this will pop up. They got a goal. I think they made the goal. And they got this thing here, pay it forward. What this does, you click here, you could pay for a ticket. So somebody who can't afford a ticket wants to see it, they could go click right here. If you can't afford the tickets, you could claim a free ticket from someone who paid it forward, or share free tickets with someone. You just click right here. You could purchase your tickets yourself, or you could pay it forward and pay a ticket for somebody. They want you to watch this movie. You need to watch this movie and see what's going on. You need to protect your kids. This is a link right here. You copy this link, you can send it somewhere. You go to your Facebook shit, post the fucking link, which is what, I just posted that link. And click post to Facebook. All right. And then you go back. I just posted it to my Facebook. Do this because we need to there's something called libido dominandi. Libido dominandi is the lust for dominance. That is in every human being. What that means is, if there's nobody left to conquer or dominate, we will dominate ourselves. Example of that is, say you got a house, right? Say you're on Rikers, you're in jail. You got a house, you got different gangs in there. Libido dominandi is going to present itself with them fighting, right? Because they're different gangs. Now you put the same gang in that one house. There's no other rivals. It's just all them. Libido dominandi, the lust for dominance, still exists within the human being. So what happens? They start fighting each other. If everybody hates black people, especially white people. If there were no more black people on the planet, if there were only white people on this planet, do you think it would be peaceful? Hell no. They would start to fight each other. If there were just black people on this planet, do you think it would be peaceful? Hell no. Shit, you can look at the projects for that. You can look at Louisiana, Alabama for that. New Orleans, you can look at that. It's in us to conquer. Back in them centuries ago, Genghis Khan and all these motherfuckers, they conquered because it's part of being a human. So we can use that to our advantage. This is something for us to come together as people and conquer these motherfuckers, man. Find a way to make these niggas pay. You wanna go after somebody, you wanna get that thrill of killing your op or conquering the man or getting back at the system. You want to fulfill that? You want to feel good? Let's start making moves to take this shit down, man. Even if it's passing the knowledge. Calling these motherfuckers out on social media. Asking them, yo, how the fuck you lose 80,000 kids, man? The fuck you mean you lost 80,000 kids? Let me look this shit up real quick. Okay, this is oversighthouse.gov. ORR director fails to answer questions about 85,000 lost, unaccompanied alien children. Flawed vetting of sponsors and more. Subcommittee oversight refugee settlement unaccompanied alien children program. Subcommittee discussed how unprecedented levels of illegal border crossing. ORR's negligence has endangered UAC. I know the A is alien children. I don't know what the U is. Is it unidentified? Unaccompanied. Unaccompanied alien children. All right. Okay. 2/3 of all unaccompanied alien children that leave HHS care work, illegal full-time jobs, often in factories and in hazardous conditions. Caseworkers claim regularly ignored obvious signs of labor exploitation, such as single sponsors sponsoring multiple kids. Hotspots in a country where many kid sponsors are not the children's parents, and children with significant debts and direct reports of trafficking. Marcos was not able to answer. Let's see. I want to hear what this nigga got to say, bro.
I think I speak for probably all the majority members on the panel. I'm very disappointed of all the answers you were unable to give us. To me, you look overall, we've gone from in the final year, COVID was half of the final year, having 15,000 unaccompanied minors having to deal with. Within a couple of years, it shot up to 128,000, which the entire year was COVID related. So a lot of these problems stem from just the open borders policy. You can't go from 15,000 kids to 128,000 kids and not think you're going to be able to remotely handle them. I'm very disappointed that you don't know percentage-wise those 128,000 you did DNA testing on. I know the Border Patrol does it occasionally, and it's not unusual for them to find a situation in which they were lying about whether the kid is related or not. You don't know the percent of these kids. You talk to one parent and percent two parents. I'd like to know that. I think it's relevant. A couple of years ago, under the past administration, there was considered nothing worse than having children separated from their parents for a few weeks. Now we have children being separated from their parents for the rest of their lives, and you don't know how many times we haven't even had contact with the parents. There was a very good question here, the sponsor rejection rate. Are any of these sponsors, inadequate? You didn't know what the percentage of that rate is. The fact that we don't know where 85,000 unaccompanied minors are, according to the New York Times, is kind of scary. I realize that's not necessarily your responsibility, but to say 85,000 kids running around this country, we don't know where they are. I mean, that's just unacceptable. You are unable to ask the question, what is being done to prevent whistleblower retaliation and ensure reports are taken seriously.
Let me hear that again.
Reports are taken seriously. Reports are taken seriously. Prevent whistleblower retaliation. Prevent whistleblower retaliation. Ask the question, what is being done to prevent whistleblower retaliation and ensure reports are taken seriously. That's something we should know about. Ask the question, what is being done to prevent whistleblower retaliation.
Okay. Okay. So he's talking about actual whistleblowers. What are you doing to protect whistleblowers from retaliation? Okay. It took me a minute. I had to listen closly. All right. Wow. So there's nothing being done to protect whistleblowers. This fucking guy.
Ensure reports are taken seriously. That's something we should know about. And I think we do not have an adequate response as to what we know about other people in these families. I mean, you imply that we found an uncle for this person. There are people who know their uncles like their brother, and there are people who've never met their uncle before in their life. And, you know, sometimes these sponsors are in a household. Maybe the one person we don't have a background check on, or we do have a background check on, but other people we don't. So a lot of people have been asking questions that presumably you'll get back to us within a week or two with the answers. I'm glad we had the hearing. I guess the takeaway of the hearing is if you go with this open doors policy, part of the open door is going to mean we have a lot of unaccompanied minors attached from their parents coming to the country, and not surprisingly, we have no idea where they're winding up, or no idea whether they're safe or not.
My question is, how does a child get, how does that happen? How does a kid get separated from its parent? How does 80,000 kids get separated from 80,000 parents? Give or take. Because parents can have multiple kids. But how does that happen? Why can't the kid stay with the parent, bro? I don't understand it. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Which means when it doesn't make sense in this fucking country, it means that it's done on purpose, bro.
It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in the media, perhaps.
I mean, this publication says The Sound of Freedom is a superhero movie for dads with brain worms, and that it fetishizes the torture of its child victims. Is that what?
Who the fuck said that?
Dads with brain worms. Sound of Freedom is a superhero movie for dads with brain worms, and that it fetishizes the torture of its child victims. Is that what the movie does?
It absolutely does not do that. It tells a story based in truth. And, you know, what I think is happening, Jesse, I think that the left and these media outlets, they don't want to have a discussion that this film is going to compel. A discussion about why 85,000 children showed up unaccompanied at the border and got released into the interior of a country that is the highest consuming country for child exploitation material on the planet. They don't want to talk about why these same publications are pushing an agenda to change the word pedophile to minor attracted persons in order to normalize sexual activity with children. I think that's what they're trying to avoid.
Talk that shit. Let them know. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Glad he brought that up, because that minor attracted persons bullshit, once they passed that, all of these cocksuckers that was going over to Epstein Island and fucking all these kids and all that shit, they won't be charged as pedophiles. That's why they're trying to change the fucking terminology. And for you who don't know, that NAMBLA shit, National Association National Assembly of Man Boys Love Association, yeah, these are old ass fucking dudes, you know, grown ass men who enjoy fucking little boys, and they're under the fucking LGBTQ flag, man. Yeah, all of this sick shit needs to come to a fucking end. You need to castrate you, all you son of bitches, man. Bash your fucking heads in, cut your fucking cock off, and shove it in the hole where your fucking head was. All of you bastards, man.
And they know this film's gonna shine a light on all of the things, all the atrocities happening to children, and so they have to discredit it by lying about it.
So what would their motivation be to discredit a movie that's trying to shine a spotlight onto atrocities?
The motive would be to protect that fucking money. I can't give you a quote on what they said it was. I forgot. But it surpassed the fucking drug game. It's like something $100 billion or 40 something. I forgot. But it's in the billions, the multi-billions of dollars in that industry. So that is the reason why they would fucking want to bash the movie and keep it suppressed.
He's committed against children.
Well, if the truth of human trafficking and child exploitation were to be brought to bear, brought to light, then they would have to have a debate, a discussion that they don't want to have about, again, these policies around sexualizing children or allowing children to consent at a young age to do anything and everything, which would eventually include being, identifying as an adult perhaps and having sex with pedophiles. I hunt pedophiles. I've been hunting them for 20 years, and they are watching this and they're salivating. They are happy that Rolling Stones and The Guardian are ripping on a movie that exposes them. So I don't like the fact that these media outlets are in fact, wittingly or unwittingly, running interference for human traffickers and pedophiles.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen the movie yet, but now I want to see it because this thing made such a splash. Tim, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck at the box office.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page.
Fox News got a YouTube page. Everybody got a fucking YouTube page. Bruh. Fucking bruh.
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly the trafficking of children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness. Go see Sound of Freedom.
Fair use, fair use.
God's children are no longer for sale.
Meanwhile, The Sound of Freedom has been almost entirely ignored by the mainstream press. We talked with Jim Caviezel and Tim Ballard, who are involved in the making of the movie. The Sound of Freedom has blown it out at the box office. David Suissa, writing in the Jewish Journal of Los Angeles, points out that this movie grossed around $11 million on its July 4th opening. Its per-screen average was twice that of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, about $4,600 in 2,600 theaters compared to $2,600 in 4,600 theaters for Indiana Jones. The movie's been blacked out of any coverage from mainstream outlets because, of course, Jim Caviezel is an overt Christian. And the media apparently don't care all that much about child trafficking. So there are lots of important messages the media are perfectly willing to resonate to, including, of course, gay storylines for children. But when it comes to actually fighting sex trafficking of children by making a mainstream movie about it, the media have completely blacked out Sound of Freedom. Sound of Freedom doesn't matter. It's been doing amazing at the box office thanks to people like you. And if you haven't seen the film yet, you totally should. It is worth the watch.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is where things starts to get dark and a little bit sketchy, because in 2018, the movie Sounds of Freedom was released and was bought out by Disney. And for 5 years, Disney pretty much buried the movie. Now, the simple fact that this movie is not being promoted on TV says it all, and should open your eyes to the world of evil that we live in.
This movie finished a few years ago. Why are we just seeing it? Can you tell us about that?
Well, we finished it 3 years ago, and I thought, well, finally, 5 years of work. Now this movie is about to see the light. But every studio passed, Netflix, Amazon, everyone said, this is not for us. This is not a good business for us. I said, guys, what if this is your son? Just close your eyes for a second. What if this is my son? What would you do? What would I do? I'll stop everything that I'm doing, and I will hope the entire world will stop everything they're doing so they can help me to find my child. this is about ending child trafficking. We can do this together. This is not for us. So for 3 years, until finally I was praying for an angel to come and rescue this film, and Angel Studios came and rescued this film, and because of them, millions of people will see this film.
Our children must be protected at all costs, and these evil, soulless human beings are just selling them.
And then stats about how you can sell cocaine one time, but you can sell the same child 5 to 10 times a day for 10 years is what you can do. And it's a $150 billion a year industry.
Hey there, did you know there's a growing need for cybersecurity and network engineers like never before? In fact,
these films are created out of moral panics. They're created out of bogus statistics. They're created out of fear. And with something like Sound of Freedom, it specifically is looking at QAnon concepts of these child trafficking rings that are run by the high-level elites, and only people like Tim Ballard and only people like Jim Caviezel, and by extension, only people like the ticket buyer can help bring these trafficking rings down. So there's a very participatory element. You're not just going to see a movie, you're just killing 2 hours on a hot day. You are helping bring down these
Hollywood QAnon promoters movie is a hit box office. Mike Rothschild. The fact that this nigga's name is Rothschild says a lot. But who is Mike Rothschild? Is that the motherfucker on the screen right there? Let me see. That is him. Yo, look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit. That's him. I could tell that this is him from this picture right here. That's him. That's the same fucker that's talking. Look at this shit. A tragic new condition called Sound of Freedom brain, and Sound of Freedom brain is affecting American conservatives. One of its symptoms, suddenly thinking that if a kid is melting down in a store, they might be a trafficking victim and you should do something about it. Wow. Oh, man. Day 2 of RFK Hank Jr. playing I Didn't Say the Thing I'm on video saying. And so what if I said it because it's true? All right, whatever. I don't fucking understand. One way to combat human trafficking of young children is check up on that screaming kid at the store. 9 out of 10 times it's just a kid throwing a tantrum. But if it's the one time, it's not a kid throwing a tantrum. You can really, true. So this cocksucker says a tragic new condition. Wow, bro. Oh, you're on LinkedIn? God damn it. What? God, bro. Use the arrow to rotate the animal to face the direction of the hand. Bro, come on, man. What the fuck, bro? Yo, what the fuck, man? Oh my God, B. Come on, man. What do you mean that wasn't right? What? Yo, you see this fucking bullshit, man? It says face the direction of the hand, right? Not fingers. Fucking cocksucker. Use the arrow, rotate the animal, face the direction of the hand. Supposed to say direction of the fucking fingers. You stupid fucking cunts. Yo, come on, man. I'm already on here, bitch. Oh my God. Why? Why? I just want to curse this son of a bitch out, man. What? You see this shit? Do you fucking see this shit, man? Son of a bitch. Suck my fucking dick, man. I'm gonna do it on my goddamn cell phone, nigga.
These pedophile rings and save children. Now, it's not true, but it's a very comforting and it's a very warm feeling to have.
Our kids, our children, they are innocent. And to those individuals who are doing these kinds of malicious things deserve absolutely no mercy. And the simple fact that CNN and Hollywood does not support this movie should tell you everything you need to know.
Why is the media hating this movie?
You know, I can't understand it. The film was made, produced, written like 5 years, 6 years ago, way before anyone heard the name QAnon. I still don't even know what QAnon is. In the meantime, they're trying to connect it to some conspiracy when, in fact, like you said, this is a true story. These are real kids. I mean, these kids are my friends. They're young adults now, the ones that were rescued. They're going to come out soon and tell their story. It's going to be very awkward when the mainstream media comes after these kids next and accuses them of being part of some conspiracy when, in fact, they were rescued from a life of rape. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in the media, perhaps.
I mean, this publication says The Sound of Freedom is a superhero movie for dads with brain worms and that it fetishizes the torture of its child victims. Is that what the movie does?
It absolutely does not do that. It tells a story based in truth. And, you know, what I think is happening, Jesse, I think that the left and these media outlets, they don't want to have a discussion that this film is going to compel. A discussion about why 85,000 children showed up unaccompanied at the border and got released into the interior of a country that is the highest consuming country for child exploitation material on the planet. They don't want to talk about why these same publications are pushing an agenda to change the word pedophile to minor attracted persons in order to normalize sexual activity with children. I think that's what they're trying to avoid, and they know this film's going to shine a light on all of the things, all the atrocities happening to children, and so they have to discredit it by lying about it.
So what would their motivation be to discredit a movie that's trying to shine a spotlight onto atrocities committed against children?
Well, if the truth of human trafficking and child exploitation were to be brought to bear, brought to light, then they would have to have a debate, a discussion that they don't want to have about, again, these policies around sexualizing children or allowing children to consent at a young age to do anything and everything, which would eventually include being, identifying as an adult perhaps and having sex with pedophiles. I hunt pedophiles. I've been hunting them for 20 years, and they are watching this and they're salivating. They are happy that Rolling Stones and The Guardian are ripping on a movie that exposes them. So I don't like the fact that these media outlets are in fact, wittingly or unwittingly, running interference for human traffickers and pedophiles.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen the movie yet, but now I want to see it because this thing made such a splash. Tim, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck at the box office.
The fact that these people are trying to cover this up should let you know how demonic and pure evil they truly are. They're calling it a conspiracy theory to protect the Matrix and the higher level elites. But how is it a conspiracy theory when the facts are right in front of you?
$52 billion a year business. The whole adrenochrome empire, this is a big deal. It's an elite drug that they've used for many years. It's 10 times more potent than heroin, and it has some mystical qualities as far as making you look younger.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done a recording?
My God, we have got to pull it together. We got to pull our shit together and save our children. If not our country, our republic, we got to save our children.
Since this movie is exposing so many dark truths, and the elites does not want you to see it, there has been a lot of strange things that has been going on in theaters. For example, refunding tickets for no strange reason.
Something isn't right here. I recently made a video talking about the strange occurrences happening to viewers trying to watch Sound of Freedom. Well, it's gotten worse. Just check out these people's experiences.
Tried going to see Sound of Freedom, and this happened. No one left until they played the movie. They tried to give us free tickets if we left.
Hold on. You guys got the wrong person, and I'll go ahead and let everyone know my opinion. Pedophiles should be hanged in the street and in a public square for every metropolis. There should be displays of pedophiles to discourage others. But this guy has a picture of a fucking car. Is this him? I think this is him. I'm about to air this nigga out. This is what I found on here on Twitter. That's the logo. Mike Rothschild. You know what? Let me check the YouTube. There's a YouTube channel connected to it. Let me see. Is this him, man? I don't think this is him, bro. I don't think this is him. It's not. There we go. I think that's him. Optometrist. Optometrist. All right, maybe that's not him. God damn it. They fucking Mike Rothschilds out there. These tweets are protected. This might be him. Because his shit is blocked now. These tweets are protected. Only confirmed followers have access to Mike Rothschild's tweets and complete profile. Tap the follow button to send a follow request. Yeah, all right, his shit is blocked up. Wait a minute. I think I found him. Got him. This is him. How do I talk to the son of a bitch? Sorry, you had to sit through that. I'm sorry. Hopefully you just fast forwarded the shit because I'm about to get back to it.
There's no one in here. And then it said that they were sold out.
What?
This is ridiculous.
Fire alarm goes off and people still watch the movie. They can't stop the truth.
They even set a fire.
Have you heard anything about the other movie theaters? AC not working?
Like the other houses?
No, well, like around the whole country, different theaters. In this movie only, the AC doesn't work. It's like super sketch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you should look
I didn't
you
hear
should
about
look
that.
online. It's like
No,
it's
If
insane.
anything, it's probably just
what?
I don't know. I know it's been very popular. So the more people you have in a theater, the more different the house.
Bro, this shit make me want to go watch this fucking movie. That's one thing that I've been noticing about dumb shit, bro. Listen to this, man. Yo, the truth is like fucking gravity, bro. The truth is like gravity. That shit is just attracted to fucking come down. You can't. Whenever people try so hard to just be malicious, you bring out more truth. It's a fact. I seen it at my old apartment. They try so hard to just be malicious to the fucking officers, and they just made the shit easier for them. Fucking crazy. They said, "Oh, these guys, they're calling out too much." You got niggas doing doubles and triples. You're not giving them lunch, and you're sticking them every fucking day. People who have never been on what they call chronic sickness, right? That's when you call out a certain number of times. You call out like 12 times out of the year, you're chronic. If you call out one day a month, you're chronic, right? So here's what they do. They said, oh, if you want to call out because we're working you like a fucking slave with no AC, no meal for 3 tours, and then we're going to stick you again tomorrow and the day after that. So because you want to do that, we're going to make it difficult for you to call out. You can't just call out on the phone no more. Now you got to go to Manhattan and get seen there. And then they'll decide if you're sick enough to stay home. Yeah. So guess what happened when they went to Manhattan? Motherfuckers really sick. They're really exhausted. Bro, I can't do another fucking 24 hours at this job. How the fuck can I work 24 hours back to back and then be alert enough to stop niggas from killing each other? Or me getting fucked up myself? Or do an efficient job? How can I do that? Oh, you don't care. So they sent them to Manhattan, sick and all. These people had to go to fucking Manhattan. No parking, no nothing. Cool. They went to Manhattan. They see the nurse, and then they see the doctor. You know what the doctor does? Doctor gave him 30 days off. Yeah. Come back in like 3 weeks, sir. What? Yeah, come back in a month. You've been working too hard, your pressure's up, this, that, and that. Take a month off and then come back and see me. Because them rotten sons of bitches was doing shit malicious. But they forgot that these people aren't with your malicious bullshit. This is an actual medical doctor that sees you're killing this motherfucker. And he gave him a month off. Stupid. It's the same thing. You buying people out of the fucking seats. You're turning the AC off so they can fucking. That makes us want to see this shit. Now we want to see it, no matter what. Fucking scumbags. That's how real talk, B. I don't know if you believe in Jesus Christ, if you're a Christian. I don't know. But when these motherfuckers throw so much hate at a dude named Jesus Christ, it kind of makes you wonder. Well, if he ain't real, why do these niggas hate him so fucking much? How could you hate and despise something or somebody that's not real. I don't hear motherfuckers hating the boogeyman and despising the boogeyman. That mean that nigga ain't real. I don't hear people hating and despising fucking Sasquatch. That nigga not real. You got a couple of people who say, "Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it's like 8 feet tall." You got motherfuckers who really believe in this, pardon me, Lord, who really believe in Jesus Christ, and you got motherfuckers going out their way to hate him. He got a cross. These niggas turn the cross upside down. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah. Bro, you just proving the point. Stupid. You don't even know. Now, I kind of think I believe in him because you niggas is going so hard to hate on him. Yo, the devil is smart, but the nigga dumb as fuck, bro. Niggas is really stupid. Stupid. But you know who's more stupid than them? Humans.
Yeah, but we've been going to movie openings our whole life,
so
and it's never happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
super weird.
Here's those for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
With our projector, we had to wait for us to download the movie. It's gonna be about 30 minutes. Everyone in here is gonna get a free film pass. If you want to leave, that's understandable. I'll go do a refund. I can help you. But for now, we're gonna have to wait for the movie to download.
Can you change it to another theater?
Wait for the movie to download.
So how do we get the free pass?
You can just come to us in the concessions or the gelato. If you want to leave, we can help you. If you want to refund, we can pass and do everything.
Nah, nigga, I want to see this movie. If you don't put it on right now, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Can we get the free pass after the movie?
Yes, you can get it after the movie, yes. After everybody here get a free pass, even if you're not leaving or if you get a refund, I don't care.
Okay. So then you want to go?
I don't think for
Since the
1
10-minute
second
mark?
that it's not the employees that's doing it. It is the upper management that is
black.
forcing it.
Topic, Sound of Freedom.
Do you know who's doing this shit, bro? I'm gonna tell you who's doing this shit, bro. Y'all niggas ain't gonna like it. I don't give a fuck. Listen, man, the niggas that's behind this LGB shit, bro. Niggas that's behind this trans shit, bro. Niggas that's behind these fucking drag queens in the fucking schools. That's who's behind it, bro. You know who's behind it? World Economic Forum. That's who's behind it, bro. World Economic Forum give these niggas a grade, like a grade scale, right? You get a certain amount of you get a score for pushing this agenda. It's an inclusion agenda that they talking about. You push this agenda, you get a certain score. No matter what happens, you get a certain score. Nigga, if you don't get a high enough score, it's over for you. That's what they tell them. That's what happened with the nigga with Target. They boycotted, niggas lost all their shit and all that, but he kind of had to, or he was going to be done. You feel me? Humans are selfish. They're going to still go to fucking Target. You feel me? They still going to go to Target, bro. So they're going to push it. They're going to say, no, it's going to be a little wave. Niggas going to be mad at you for 2-3 weeks. Then they're going to forget about it. Put this shit in your store so you can get a decent score. That's what he did. The World Economic Forum is forcing these niggas to do this shit, dude. The World Economic Forum probably got their hand in that fucking child child sex ring. You can't fucking tell me, bro. You don't know what's going on in the fucking country, bro. You can't tell me that. I don't believe you. There's no fucking way. Nigga with the FBI, the CIA, all these covert agencies, man, nigga, you want to tell me you don't know what the fuck is going on? Niggas drop crack in the fucking 80s, drop guns in the middle of the fucking Philly and all this other shit. But you don't know niggas is kidnapping kids. there was cops in DC who got arrested because they was assisting in fucking child sex trafficking. So you niggas is everywhere, bro. Stop playing. You know what the fuck is going on. You can't tell me you don't. Let's see what that number still look like, as a matter of fact, man. I hate motherfuckers that lie, bro. God damn, it went up, bro. In the United States, estimated 460,000 children are reported missing every year. FBI. How many missing children are never found? Nearly all of them are found. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. According to our research and experience, out of 500,000 that go missing every year in the United States, nearly all of them are found. That's 97.8. So 500,000 children go missing, but nearly all of them are found. They're lying. This committee shit, they probably down with it, bro. According to FBI 2020, 365,348 NCIC entries for missing children in 2019. Total number of missing children entries was 421,395 in our experience. 50% of these are parental abductions. Nah, these niggas is lying, bro. They're lying. God damn. Sex trafficking, it's estimated 15,000 to 50,000 women and children are forced into sex slavery in the United States every year, and the number varies wildly as difficult to research. Nah, bro. Nah, bro, we ain't jacking that. I'm not jacking that. They lying. They lying. Same way that nigga said, oh, we gotta re-download the movie. Oh, the AC is out. I didn't know. They're lying, bro.
Have you seen the movie yet?
So a lot of people have asked me this.
Yeah.
As a new mom, I don't think I can emotionally handle it just
Okay,
because of the
that's fair.
subject matter. And I cry during Pixar movies. I'd be a total mess.
Well, have you seen Elemental?
Yes, I did get it. I didn't even like the movie. I got teary-eyed. I'm very, very easy.
So I saw the movie. So here's what happens. We're in Bahamas, and we're trying to find a movie theater to go see this. We can't find it. Finally, Tikran finds the movie, and we're like, shit, we're going with 25 of us, and the kids want to watch Indiana Jones. What do we do? So Indiana Jones is playing at 1 o'clock. Sound of Freedom's playing at 2 o'clock. Good news, Indiana Jones is a 2.5-hour movie, which is great because we got like a 30 minutes. So we go into Indiana Jones. We're watching Indiana Jones, and then me, Matt Sapala, Sheena, Tikran, we sneak out and we go to watch Sound of Freedom. We're sitting there. And from the beginning, you're going to feel the pain of the father taking his kids, a daughter and a son, who is approached by a recruiter saying, your kids can be models, they can be in movies. He says, tonight, audition is at such and such time. Today, tomorrow's audition is such and such time. Father dresses in a suit, takes them to this room, and he takes the kids there. They're excited. Put the kids in the room, and the girl says, come back to pick them up at 7 o'clock. He says, what do you mean? Come back to pick them up at 7 o'clock. He leaves, comes back 7 o'clock. no one's there.
Shut down.
That's how the movie starts.
Yeah.
By the way, it's disturbing, it's emotional, it's tough, it's painful. At the end, Jim Caviezel gives a message. When the movie ends, 3 minutes later, he's given a message, profound message that you have to watch. The stats that they gave, that 20 plus million child pornography pictures were uploaded on the internet the last year, a 5,000% increase in the last 5 years. The idea where they said every year 2 million kids go into trafficking, going into being sold in the black market, and then stats about how you can sell cocaine one time, but you can sell the same child 5 to 10 times a day for 10 years is what you can do. And it's $150 billion a year industry. And Jim is in it, the story of Tim Ballard, what he did. And then while this is going on, everybody needs to go watch it. I want to watch it first. It's a decision you need to make. I want to watch it first. I know what it is to be I don't know what it is to be a mother, but I have a wife that's had 4 kids, and I know how tough it is for a mother to see it than a father. Our perspective is more protective. Yours is more, you gave birth, it's your body. I recommend everybody to go watch this thing here and share it with everyone you know, because this is really taking place.
So how do we fix this problem? It is a very sophisticated and a very complex puzzle. It's extremely difficult to fix this problem when the people who are in charge are child predator themselves. I have nieces and I have nephews, and it's extremely baffling that they try to shut down a story about child trafficking. That should definitely concern you. Ladies and gentlemen, may God be with us all and spread the message.
Sound of Freedom is based on a true story about real-life heroes saving kids from the dark world of child trafficking. We know this is heartbreaking and it hurts to look at, but the first step in helping these children is hearing their story. Not enough people know this problem exists, and even fewer people are willing to do anything about it. Our goal is to inspire 2 million people to attend the film's opening weekend, to represent the 2 million trafficked children around the world. To spread the word, Angel Studios set up a Pay It Forward program where you can pay for someone else's ticket who might not otherwise see it. If the ticket price is stopping you from attending, claim your free ticket at angel.com/freedom. If millions of us come together today to see.
Dope shit. Respect. Respect, respect, respect. Oh my God. All right, peoples. Big West out. See you in another stream.